Welcome back to my channel, guys. I have a new video for you today, a new press-on set for myself. Here is the inspo photo. I was going to do it long coffin, so I'm very excited to show you how I done it and what it turned out to be. Here we have a long coffin in the size medium, and here I'm just etching the tip instead of buffing. I hate buffing, this is just cleaner, easier, and takes way less time, so winning, especially if you're selling the press on. The first nail I'm doing is starting off with a colour called Valentine. I do this on 2 nails, and one nail will be reflective and one nail will be a red chrome, which you'll see a bit later on, and I do 2 coats of this red here, and it's so beautiful. This is just 1 coat. Now we have the reflective polish on one of the red nails, and it will have a design on top of it when I'm finished with it. But I love the way the light is picking up on it and the sparkle and shine. It's so nice. I thought with this design I would do something a little bit different, something about a bit outside my normal style, and I really am vibing it. It's all over Instagram, all over Pinterest, and there's just something unique and different about a style like this. I really love it, and I've got ADD brain, so the difference makes it so good. Here I am doing like a short French, and just kind of outlining and then filling it in with the liner brush. Normally I don't use this liner brush white, normally I have a different one, but I've run out. I'm just waiting for more stock, but this pretty much did the job and it looked pretty good. So I ended up just fixing the corner because you just want a bit wonky and kind of making it a little bit nicer. And here we start the next part. So what can I say? This nail didn't turn out how I wanted to. I'm a bit disappointed in it. In the inspo pic, she used a airbrush. I don't have an airbrush. I don't think I want one just because of the health side effects possibly that could go along with it, and I haven't mastered the eyeshadow technique just yet, so I was like, oh, this would be the next best thing, but it took me forever and I still don't like the way it blended, and yeah, it just didn't turn out how I wanted to. But if I was to do it again, I would blend the polish onto the sponge instead of just putting it on there and calling it a day. I think it looked better when I blended on the sponge versus just putting it on the tip and then hoping it blend. And then it turned out like this, but it got to a point where I was like, I'm not spending another 10 minutes, 15 minutes blending this. So if I was to do it again, this would be the nail. I would do it again and try and fix it somehow, but it got to the point in the set where I was like, there's nothing I can do about this. I need to move on because it was taking up way too much time. Because this set took me 3 hours, where normally it wouldn't take me that long to do a set, something like this. Now time for the next nail. Here I am using the chrome straight onto the red polish, and then you'll see me use like a glitter sheer red polish on top of it just to give it a bit more extra sparkle, shine, because you can never have too much, that's for sure. So yeah, you'll see it in a second. here we are. It's called Rudolph. It was a Christmas one, but it still works. Here I am putting on the cross charm. I got it from Temu, I think. It's been a long time. And then I'm using a builder gel, just kind of flatten the edges a little bit because I don't like the disconnect between like the ridging around the charm and on the flower. I like it to be nice and flush, just to make sure that it's seamless as possible. And of course I'm playing around with it, making sure it's straight. Here I go on with the Blue Sky matte top coat. So far this would have to be my favourite matte top coat, and I've tried a lot. It doesn't give you that rubbery feel that some of them do. And here I am using the Macart rhinestone gel just to create these like 3D effects and make it raised up and kind of enhance the little glitter and chrome underneath it. But it actually turned out really nice. I really like the way this nail turned out for sure. This next nail will be a gold chrome, and I was clearly watching something and highly engrossed in it. I think I was watching Criminal Minds. Anyone else do that when you're doing like nails or doing something and you've got something going on in the background? Mine's always Criminal Minds. I think I've watched it like 5 or 6 times each season. So yeah, here is the chrome, and I'm just putting a red heart and a cross on top of it. I didn't have the exact charms, but I worked with what I've got, just to make sure it was the same like vibe and look and feel. So I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I didn't show it, but I matte top coat this nail, and then did the same thing I did with the red and kind of gave it these little like gold lines, accents with the cart, and just kind of made it a bit more 3D. I actually really like how it all came together. For a second I was like, did I use the wrong gold? It doesn't look alright, but it turned out really well, and I really like this whole look and feel. Excuse me, we would like to be in frame. There we go, just curing it. And look at it, look at how it turned out. It's so nice. Here I am doing a blue, what do they call it, Aurora nails, I guess. This was another one where I was like, I just don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know what it's going to look like. I wasn't entirely happy with it, but I'll show you a couple of like times I blend it. But I ended up blending it like, no joke, maybe 10 times in and out of the lamp, and even then I was like, yeah, this is not how it's turning out how I want it to be. So I won't bore you with all that, but you know, you get the gist. If you're hearing something in the background like something's about to lift off, it's my laptop. I'm gonna need a new one, but it's struggling. It's hot today in Melbourne. It's like 35 degrees and my laptop's on struggle town for sure. Here I am just mixing that gold pigment chrome with I think it was a top coat, maybe builder gel, and yeah, just for these accent nails. And you cannot see for the life of anything what I'm doing. I didn't realize how much the light would pick up the reflective polish. Yeah, it was pretty intense, and even in like normal light, like it was really reflective. I could not believe it. Like downlights and stuff. Yeah, I was like, why is this, how is this so reflective? Some of my reflective polishes just don't activate unless it's like a flashlight, but this one too, yeah, you can't really see, but it's like this swirl with like lines on top, very similar to this nail, So it turned out pretty. I changed brushes halfway through, so it just felt like I think I was using the Nails by Dev one was a bit too thick and chunky for what I wanted. I wanted very thin lines. Um, yeah, and I just felt like I couldn't get that with the Nails by Dev one. I think it's called the Mean Green, or something. It was part of their holiday collection. So I cut one of my brushes down, one of my cheap ones, and kind of, I think I cut out like 90% of it, just to make sure I get the fineness. I don't even know if that's a word, but get it nice and fine so I could get the lines as thin as possible. So we did that.
Here we have another chrome nail, pretty much the same as before. Slap it on, wipe it off with a sponge, and call it a day. Really, I think that's about it. This will be like a 3D texture one. Um, so yeah, and then when I do the chromes, I like to put a base coat on it, just to help adhere to whatever layer I'm putting on top of it, whether I'm doing something else, a stamping or painting, just so it sticks to it a little bit more. And yeah, here I go with the chrome. There's literally no rhyme and reason to this. I just put it on and filled in the sides and the gaps, and yeah, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And here's one hand all done. Oh God, didn't wait too long for that, did we? Now this nail, I don't know what happened to the next footage. So we go from color to design, and I have no idea where it's gone. I lost it somewhere. Maybe I didn't record it. I have no idea. Look, voila, done. All I used was a reflective polish in lines, really. Starting from center and working my way out. And I think, yeah, I have a heart and a crow, not a crow, a cross, just like the other ones. Um, I do like this cross because it was more arched, so it sat on the nail flatter than some of the other ones, rather than them sticking up and I have to feel in the end. So I just like the way it sat on here a little bit better. And now we add a bit of gold detailing to the set. Just very fine gold heart to outline the red. It was a mixture I used earlier, so I'm using just the same paint. And this brush I customized and left an inch of its life left. I just prefer to work on a pretty thin brush rather than something a bit thicker and having to juggle it around. But that's why I tend to buy cheaper brushes, where if I completely chop half of it off and there's nothing left, then it's fine. So my more expensive brushes I won't customize like these. Oh, how pretty is she? I'm so happy how it turned out. So nice. This was pretty explanatory. I'm just painting a nail. So yeah, very exciting stuff over here. So how's the start of the year been for you? Have you had a good start of the year, or a bit questionable, or are you still trying to figure out what the plan is for the year? This year is going to look a little different for me. So I'm putting a lot more effort into doing this YouTube and creating videos and content and getting better with that. That is one of my plans to do. I am waiting for some audio microphones to come through, just waiting for them to be delivered so the sound is so much better. But I really want to spend some time developing YouTube and just seeing what happens, to be honest. This will be another like blended French nail, and I feel like I should have done this on the first nail with the greens. I think the blend would have worked out better, and I think I would have felt better with the way it all came together. So here I just kind of made the blend and then cleaned it up with like a alcohol wipe. So and then went in and refined the alcohol. Refine the alcohol. That would be nice. Refine the French to make it work. You'll see me do a different technique with this one. So already I mesh the blend. Why do I keep saying mesh the blend? I keep ombreing the French and then just cleaning it up. I just, I just, I feel like it gave me a better flow. I don't know how to describe it. The ombre was so much better. It was cleaner. It was nicer. Yeah. So if I was to do this whole set again, I would do what I did on this nail to the first nail, the green one, uh, just so I didn't spend so much time. And this looked way better, especially in person. It looked better than the cameras picking up. That blend was seamless. And here we are, just adding little stars and little dots. Give it that kind of magical feel and look. So, love the way it looks. I haven't done long coffin in a very long time. I've been wearing a lot of stiletto lately, and I just want something different and go back to my long coffin. I always get asked, like, how do you do anything? How do you do this and how do you do that on with your nails? And I'm like, easy, simple. So it's funny. It's funny to see people's faces when they see me doing something. So it's a good laugh. And here I'm going with another ombre blend. You know, by this point, I was like almost 3 hours deep, and I just was like so close of going on Amazon, ordering an airbrush, and be like, my life would be so much easier. But I refrained, and I was like, just get it done, just push through it. This looked better once I added a top coat, but there was a part of me that I was like, F it, throw it in the towel. I'm not doing this. I've had enough. But I'm glad I kept doing it because, yeah, I didn't think I was going to make it to the end. And here we are, just adding some more gold detailing to this nail. But when I was doing this, I was like so proud of myself. I'm like, yeah, killed it. Absolutely nailed it. Put in the lamp. And when I quickly went back to the inspo photo, I was like, this is the wrong nail that I did this design on. The thumb had a completely different design. And I was like, you know what? It's fine. I think it looked really cool. I was like, I like the way it turned out. I winged it in the end because some of it wasn't feeling right, but I was like, oh yeah, this actually looks really, really cool. And then I was like, wait, this is on the wrong finger. But we got there. Like, I really, really liked the way it looked. There's something about like green and gold and like red and gold that really looks cool. I really like, but yeah, it turned out really cool. Now, time for my favorite part, finish filing. Now, finish filing depends on who you ask. I've personally never had a problem with finish filing last or filing first. I've never had someone say it broke or chipped or peeled. So I've always just finish filed last. If I like with chromes, I try not to, just because like to break that seal and stuff. But majority of the time I do, and if I find like the shape's gone a little bit weird, I'll just file underneath, clean it up. But yeah, I normally just file at the end because I just prefer the way it looks. Usually with stiletto, I'll file it first. If I'm not going for that rounded almond, long almond look, but I just love the way it looks once it's filed, honestly. It just looks so good, and it sharpens it, and you can, yeah. See what works for you, what you prefer. Some people prefer to do it first and get the shape down and clean up as they go. Others prefer it at the end, but I don't have a problem. Never have.
Let me know if you want me to do a filing routine and how I file my press-ons for selling. I'll be more than happy to do it. Just let me know below. And here is my little set. I will always dust my set first, alcohol wipe it before I put it in the box, and then even when I put it in the box I will re-wipe it down just to get all my fingerprints and stuff and make sure it's all clean. And can we just appreciate this masterpiece that took me 3 hours? And here I am wearing it. I loved it. I got so many compliments on it. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.